Today we are joined by the inspiring mother and son team behind Envision Guitars, a veteran and woman-owned small business that not just building custom guitars, but building a movement for inclusivity in music. They believe every musician, regardless of ability, should be empowered to speak uniqueness without apology through their instrument. Let's dive into their story. This program is part of the Scene Project's podcast network. The Scene Project features interviews with independent musicians, comedians, and artists from across the Midwest. Become part of our community and support local art wherever you are. Well, welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Startz, and with me today from Envision Guitars is Tristan Berg. Tristan, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
No, my pleasure. I'm a guitar player, so the connection was immediate. When I heard about you guys, I'm glad I talked you into being here. I know this is your first time.
Yeah. Yeah. A little nervous.
It's just two dudes having a conversation, man. No big deal.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about kind of your backstory a little bit, and then we'll talk about how Envision got started.
Yeah, definitely. So I started playing guitar when I was around 10 years old, but growing up, I always knew that I wanted to be somewhat working in music in some way. When I was growing up, it was to be a rock star, be a famous guitarist. But then as I grew up and kind of reality hit, I had to find other ways to kind of get through life. So went to college, got a good job, everything like that. But I still have that passion for music. And so this is something that I'm really just striving for, to get off the ground and get going. So that way we can really just push our passion and push our goals, which is creating unique instruments for all abilities.
That's incredible. Now, we mentioned it was veteran owned off of there. Are you a veteran, or is that your mom?
That's my mom. So my mom retired from the military a couple of years back, and she worked for about 20 years in the military. And then she is a retired disabled veteran now. So she's the majority owner, and she's our pit connoisseur. And then I focus on the guitars.
Fantastic. Well, I want to thank your mother for her service to our country. We are a big veteran. You can see the banner behind me here, Operation Combating Veteran Suicide. We love our veterans, so we appreciate your mom's service and her service to our music community now as well. How did you transition from guitar player to guitar maker?
Yeah. So it's kind of funny how it happened. It was couple different things that led us in the direction. So a little while back, we were on our way up to Minnesota, and we were talking about how short life is and how you have to really go after what you want and what you're passionate about. And we were talking, and I was saying that what I'm passionate about is guitar, but I'm never going to be a famous guitarist, anything like that. But I love the feeling of guitar. I love just everything about it. And then we were like, well, what if we started making them? And then we thought that would be a really interesting idea, kind of fun to play with. And another kind of thing that goes into that is my grandfather. He was disabled, and he got a bunch of tools that he used to use for leather working. And so we got all of his old tools, and we thought that a really good mission would be to create instruments using some of those tools and that idea for just making different instruments that anyone can really use.
Man, I love that. Was your grandfather not necessarily a guitar player, but was he a musician as well?
He tinkered around with it, but he was more into leather working, so that was kind of more of his passion. And then from there, a lot of the tools were kind of dual use.
So craftsmanship runs in the family.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So your mom's the majority owner, right? So she's the money behind the dream, is what I'm hearing there. You are the guitar builder, but this is a relatively new passion for you. So what kind of instruments are you making? Tell me a little bit about them. I don't know if you have any lying around close to you, or maybe we'll have some pictures we can share later on our socials, but we'd love to see some of them.
Yeah, I got one in the other room I can grab here in a minute. But I focus mainly on solid body electric guitars. And then the things that I really focus on are just having exotic wood tops that are kind of that natural finish to them. And then I do different augmentations to make them more playable and more ergonomic for the player. So a lot of times with the ones that I make, I take contour gauges and take measurements of the player's body to ensure that the guitar fits them perfectly. And then I also chamber out the insides of them to make it a lighter weight guitar. So that way it's not as heavy on you, just in case you have any issues with your rotator cuff, stuff like that. And then from there, throw in, I usually go with humbucker style pickups for a really kind of metal sound, 'cause that's the music that I grew up listening to. I'm a bit of a metalhead. And yeah, so really just exotic wood, hard body electric guitars is my thing. But I got one in the other room. I could run and grab it real quick.
I would love that, man. We give you a second. Go ahead and grab it. I don't mind talking for a little bit here. Amazing conversation here. You guys know how much that we love our veterans and love the mission here from this young man and from his mother supporting this dream. I think it's so cool what they are doing. I want to mention to you guys that we just started a text line, so you can text SCENE, SCENE, to 605-800-5990, and you can stay up to date and never miss a show. Now we're going to get back to Tristan.
Alrighty, yeah. So this is the guy I'm finishing up right now. It's called our Symbiote model. So it is a carved top Paduke offset style body. We put a couple Seymour Duncan invaders in it to give it that real metal sound. And then it does have a magnetic cavity cover, so it's nice, easy electronic access if that's ever something that interests you. And then I went with the toe knob deletion, so that way you just have a nice clean front. You don't have a bunch of knobs, a bunch of stuff. You can really focus on the exotic wood top, and then just has a beautiful black limba body. I'm still finishing up the stringing up of it, so you can see all these kind of extra wires hanging everywhere. It's got a matching Paduke headstock too. I don't know if the lighting's really letting you see that or not. And then a roasted maple neck. So,
are you making the necks as well, or are you just buying necks online and placing them onto the body of the guitar?
Yep. So this one I did buy the neck for, but we will be creating our own necks. I plan on CNCing out the fretboard so we can do some really cool inlay designs and do some resin fill. So that's kind of the next project that we're working on. I'm pretty excited about it.
It's so cool looking, man. You're all good. I got cats, man. So it's
yeah, he
all
was
good.
Biting my keyboard.
We love our veterans. We love music, and we love custom things, right? In a world where so much is carbon copied one to the next. Not that I have a Les Paul. I would never be able to afford it. I was very fortunate to have that gifted to me. But I have a custom kind of a Telly Strat Frankenstein that my friend Jason Guthmiller built. And, to have something that is just completely unique speaks to our individuality as human beings, right? And I think that having these instruments where you are really honing in on why is this person not able to play a regular guitar? Right? What are the challenges you're facing to play the different instruments, but you still want to communicate with those 6 strings? What can I do to make that better? I love that kind of high level problem solving that you're doing. It's really incredible.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And I also see it as and I know that everyone kind of knows there's art therapy and things like that, but it just is another way where, let's say that not every guitar would suit your specific needs, but now you can have one that would. And then along with that, you get that artistic expression, along with it. So I think it just kind of goes hand in hand,
Well, and I think a lot of guitar makers will get caught up in their own artistic expression, not thinking about the end user of it. And so are you pretty much contracting all of these instruments then? You're kind of working per guitar basis as you go?
Yep. So currently I'm making one at a time. The last ones I've made for some really close friends just to really get a good feel for it. And each one is made exact to their body measurement. So it's a nice, comfortable feel. And it's something that they can really keep for the rest of their lives and know that that guitar is theirs and it fits them specifically. So I think that's something that's just very unique to have as a musician, because a lot of times you just kind of make whatever rig you have work, you know?
God, boy, do I know. That's why I have 8 of them.
Yeah.
What is the price range? Because I know when people hear custom guitar, they often think that it's completely out of their budget, and then they don't even inquire, right? So what's kind of the price range we're looking at for one of the typical ones that you've built so far?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, custom, like you said, it does range in price depending on what accessories you want. You can go on that very high range for hardware that you'd like in your guitar, or you could just want something that makes noise. So the way that we generally go about it is I would have a consultation with a customer. We would go about what exact needs they like, and then from there we'd price it out from labor cost as well as material. So the one I showed you right here, this one I would be putting up for about $1,600. Given this one does have very high-end hardware, so not all of them necessarily need every bell and whistle in order to make them unique to the customer. And then along with that, you do have your variations from, like, if you want more exotic woods, domestic woods. So there is variability in the price, but from there, I would say that it does compete with your premium kind of guitars that you would buy from a local store as well. So they're not astronomically different from if you're looking for a premium guitar.
Right. I mean, you're going to spend $1,000 minimum on a solid Fender, and these aren't even the upper echelons of them. They're not a fancy, just your kind of run of the mill Strat or LP are going to run you $1,000 minimum. So
Right.
you're right in that price range. And then of course you can go up and to put better pickups in, and all of our guitar playing gurus out there listening to the show already know. And how unique of a thing that you're doing. I'm just enthralled because we work with so many veteran organizations and we have so many disabled vets in our larger scene projects community that I see so many connections for us in the future, Tristan. I'm really excited to get to meet you today, to get to hear a little bit of your story, and to think about ways that we can serve you to get you working on more and more guitars in the future. Before I let you go, can you tell everybody how they can find you guys, how they can get on a consultation to see how they can get a custom Envision guitar and get you some business flowing in the doors?
Yeah, definitely. So right now we are mainly online. So you can find us on Facebook and Instagram under Envision Guitars. Always email us as well, envisionguitars@gmail.com. And yeah, right now, all online. Hopefully we'll be going to local stores here soon.
And Envision Guitars is the letter N, Vision, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep, just like this, NV and then Vision.
Awesome, man. Well, Tristan, I hope next time Mom will jump on with us as well. And I hope I get to meet you both in person. Where are you physically located at?
Yes, we're both out of Ankeny, Iowa.
Fantastic. Fellow Midwesterners. I heard you mention Minnesota in there and heading to, so I wasn't sure exactly where you were heading from. Love Iowa. We got some great friends all over that area and a lot of guitar players out there, a lot of really good ones. So Tristan, I thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And thank you for being part of the scene.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you having me on, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
You as well.
All right, take care.